Hello, students. Welcome back to BioDecode, where biology is decoded into simple, meaningful concepts. This is your trusted audio guide for learning biology the smart and effective way. You're listening to the NCERT Class 11 Biology Audiobook, Chapter 3, Plant Kingdom Exercise Solutions and Key Questions. If you haven't yet listened to the full Chapter 3 audiobook on biological classification, we recommend starting there first. That episode takes you through every key idea, from the evolution of classification systems to the five kingdom concept and the fascinating world of microbes, fungi, and early plants. In this episode, we'll go step by step through the NCERT Exercise Solutions for Plant Kingdom, followed by a set of additional important questions designed to sharpen your understanding for both school exams and NEET preparation. Each answer is explained clearly and precisely, just the way you need it for quick revision and long-term retention. So, plug in your earphones, focus your mind, and let's begin decoding the fascinating world of plants, from algae to angiosperms. This is BioDecode, and you're listening to Chapter 3, Plant Kingdom, Exercise Solutions, and Key Questions. Question 1. What is the basis of classification of algae? Answer. The classification of algae is mainly based on three important features. First, the type of photosynthetic pigments they contain. Second, the nature of stored food material. And third, the composition of their cell wall. In chlorophyceae, we find chlorophyll A and B, and they store starch as reserve food. In phaeophyceae, or brown algae, chlorophyll A, C, and phlocoxanthin are present, giving them a brownish color, and they store laminarin and mannitol. Whereas rhodophyceae, or red algae, have chlorophyll A and D, along with phycoerythrin, and store Floridian starch. So, in short, algae are classified based on pigment composition, storage products, and cell wall structure. Question 2. When and where does reduction division take place in the life cycle of a liverwort, a moss, a fern, a gymnosperm, and an angiosperm? Answer. Reduction division, also called meiosis, occurs when the diploid sporophyte produces haploid spores. Let's go group by group. In liverworts, meiosis takes place inside the capsule of the sporophyte during spore formation. In mosses, it occurs in the sporangium of the sporophyte. In ferns, meiosis happens within the sporangia borne on the sporophylls. In gymnosperms, meiosis takes place in the microsporangia and megasporangia of cones. And in angiosperms, it occurs in the anther and ovule, that is, in the microsporangium and megasporangium. So in all plant groups, reduction division takes place during spore formation in the sporophyte phase. Question 3. Name 3 groups of plants that bear archegonia. Briefly describe the life cycle of any one of them. Answer. The 3 groups of plants that possess archegonia are bryophytes, peridophytes, and gymnosperms. Let's take the example of a moss, bryophyte. In mosses, the dominant phase is the haploid gametophyte, which has 2 stages, protonema stage and the leafy stage. Protona gives rise to the leafy gametophore that bears both male and female sex organs, the antheridia and archegonia. Fertilization takes place in the presence of water, forming a diploid zygote, which develops into a sporophyte. The sporophyte produces haploid spores by meiosis, and these spores germinate to form a new protonema. Thus, the life cycle shows a clear alternation of generations between haploid and diploid phases. Question 4. Mention the ploidy of the following. Let's go one by one. Protonemal cell of a moss is haploid. Primary endosperm nucleus in dicot is triploid. Leaf cell of a moss is haploid. Prothallus cell of a fern is haploid. Gemma cell in Marchantia is haploid. Meristem cell of monocot is diploid. Ovum of a liverwort is haploid. Zygote of a fern is diploid. Question 5. Write a note on the economic importance of algae and gymnosperms. Answer. Let's begin with algae. Algae are economically important in several ways. They serve as food sources, as in Porphyra, laminaria, and sargassum. Industrially, they provide valuable substances like algin from brown algae and carrageenan from red algae. Blue-green algae such as anabena and nostoc act as biofertilizers by fixing atmospheric nitrogen. They also play a major role in oxygen production and are now explored for biofuels and bioplastics. Now, gymnosperms also have great economic significance. They yield timber and softwood, pinus, cedrus, resins and gums like turpentine from pinus, and medicinal compounds like ephedrine from ephedra. They're also used as ornamental plants, for example, cycas and thuja, and provide pulpwood for the paper industry. Question 6. Both gymnosperms and angiosperms bear seeds. Then why are they classified separately? Answer. Although both groups produce seeds, they differ in how those seeds are enclosed and developed. In gymnosperms, the seeds are naked. They are not enclosed within fruits. Their ovules are exposed on the surface of megasporophylls, and they do not form flowers. In angiosperms, the seeds are enclosed within fruits. Ovules are protected inside the ovary, and true flowers are present. Moreover, the endosperm in gymnosperms is haploid, while in angiosperms it is triploid. Thus, gymnosperms are called naked seed plants, and angiosperms are enclosed seed plants, which justifies their separate classification. Question 7. What is heterospory? Briefly comment on its significance. 2 examples. Answer. Heterospory means the production of 2 different kinds of spores. Microspores, which form male gametophytes, and megaspores, which form female gametophytes. This condition is seen in Selagella and Salvinia. Its significance lies in evolution. It marks an important step toward the seed habit. The female gametophyte develops within the megaspore, remaining protected and nourished by the parent sporophyte. Hence, heterospory is a key evolutionary advancement leading to the origin of seeds. Question 8. Explain briefly the following terms with suitable examples. Answer. First, protonema. It is the first green filamentous stage of the moss plant, developing from a spore. It produces buds that give rise to the leafy gametophyte. Example, funaria. Second, antheridium. The male reproductive organ found in bryophytes, pteridophytes, and gymnosperms. It produces motile male gametes called antherizoids. Third, artigonium. The female reproductive organ, flask-shaped, containing a single egg cell, present in bryophytes, pteridophytes, and gymnosperms. Fourth, diplonic. A life cycle in which the diploid sporophyte is the dominant phase. Example, gymnosperms and angiosperms. Fifth, sporophyll. A leaf that bears sporangia, which produce spores. Example, the microsporophylls and megasporophylls of cycas. Sixth, isogamy. A form of sexual reproduction where gametes are similar in size and structure, though physiologically different. Example, Ulothrix and Sparagyra. Question 9. Differentiate between the following. Answer. First, red algae and brown algae. Red algae are mostly marine and found in deeper waters. They have chlorophyll A and D and phycoerythrin as the major pigment. They store food as floridian starch. Brown algae, on the other hand, are marine and found in colder seas. They have chlorophyll A, C, and fucoxanthin, and store mannitol and laminarin as reserve food. Second, liverworts and mosses. Liverworts have a thalloid plant body, while mosses have a leafy gametophyte. The liverwort sporophyte is short-lived, while in mosses, it is more developed and has a capsule for spore formation. Liverworts reproduce by gemme, whereas mosses show a protonema stage. Third, homosporous and heterosporous pteridophytes. Homosporous pteridophytes produce only one type of spore, which gives rise to a bisexual gametophyte, for example, Paris. Heterosporous pteridophytes produce two kinds of spores, microspores and megaspores, which develop into unisexual gametophytes, for example, Selaginella. Question 10. Match the following. Chlamydomonas, algae. Cycas, gymnosperm. Selaginella, parrotphyte. Sphagnum, moss. Question 11. Describe the important characteristics of gymnosperms. Answer. Gymnosperms are mostly evergreen, woody trees or shrubs. They have a well-developed vascular system. Their xylem lacks vessels, and phloem lacks companion cells. They are heterosporous, producing microspores and megaspores. Their reproductive structures are organized into cones. Microsporangiate cones for male spores and megasporangiate cones for female spores. Seeds are naked, not enclosed within fruits. The gametophyte is highly reduced and dependent on the sporophyte. Pollination occurs through wind, and fertilization does not require water. The sporophyte is the dominant independent generation, showing a diplontic life cycle. Common examples include cycas, pinus, and ephedra. Here are 10 more important and thought-provoking questions from Plant Kingdom, questions that often appear in exams and truly test your conceptual clarity. Take a few moments to think about them carefully and try answering them in the comments section below. Your participation not only helps reinforce your own learning, but also supports other students preparing alongside you. And if you'd like the next audiobook to cover detailed explanations for these additional questions, let me know in the comments. Your feedback shapes the next lessons in this series. You've just completed listening to Chapter 3, Plant Kingdom NCERT Exercise Solutions and Extra Important Questions here on BioDecode. I hope this audio helped you grasp the evolution of plants, key characteristics of algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms, and angiosperms, and understand their life cycles and economic importance. These concepts are foundational for the upcoming chapters, especially the animal kingdom. In the next audiobook, we'll continue our journey with Chapter 4, Animal Kingdom, exploring the diversity, classification, and key features of animals from simple invertebrates to complex vertebrates. So make sure to follow BioDecode and stay tuned for the next part of this NCERT biology audio series. Keep learning, keep exploring, and I'll meet you in the next audio lecture. Animal Kingdom, NCERT, Chapter 4. And yes, students, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to BioDecode for more NCERT audiobooks, quick revisions, and neat preparation guides. See you in the next audio.